Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkle.
Hello.
And it's time for a big old dose of Disney.
It's like a big Disney dump.
The Disney dump, is
the
that
kind that you feel really good after you've had? No, I'm
sometimes you do, yeah. Sometimes you get all out of your system.
The ones that hurt really bad, you cramp up, and
but then afterwards you're like,
yeah.
Thank God that's over.
And now, that's tonight.
Now I'm hungry
Tonight's the
again.
theme park announcements, but. Last night at D23, they did the entertainment panel where they talk about all the different things coming for like Star Wars and Marvel and movies and Disney Plus and all that crap.
All that big dump.
The big dump.
The big dump. Yeah, so we're going to talk about some of the reactions to it, I guess. And we're not doing a ton of videos this weekend. You got some stuff. I
had a family member in the hospital. They're okay. But I'm very tired. So.
Yeah, Geeky's been kind of burned the candle at both ends. That's why I've been so many videos lately, and she hasn't been. But everything's working out. Everything's good. It's all cool here. But
anyway, let's take a Disney dump.
Let's take a Disney dump together, guys, shall we? We're gonna be like bathroom buddies, like how women.
We'll call it. I don't know what to call this. It's not a dump. It's a deep dive. What is it?
Well, sometimes a deep dive leads to a dump.
Dumped a bunch of things last night, and I gotta tell you, I was like trying so hard to get these all posted, and I didn't get all of them. And thankfully, my writers like stepped in and they were trying to help me, so thank you to them. But we're gonna look at some of the things they announced or gave updates on or teased or whatever. And here we go.
Here we go. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
That's about the best.
The best I can give you right now, and I'm dreading tonight. Anyway, so they did a video of the trailer for Snow White.
Yeah, so I gotta tell you, I am shocked. I tell you, shocked that it actually looked like Snow White. I'm also not shocked that there were no dwarf actors to be found in this trailer. They were CGI dwarfs. It basically looked like a couple of live actors in a mostly CGI world. Pretty much what you would expect.
Even the animals are very CGI and everything. Everything
looks very fakey. Yeah, but beyond that, if they made major changes to the story, and there have been rumors that there are major changes.
At the last D23, they were up there saying, it's not about being the fairest, the prettiest, it's who's the most just, and she don't need no man, and all that crap at last D23, and that's what kind of let everybody like, what? And this one looks like it's actually the movie.
Yeah, so, I mean, there are a couple of things that could be going on here. One, it could be a bait and switch. It could be like they're just going to show you all the nostalgic imagery and the songs from the classic movie to get the normies to get pumped about this movie. And they could be hiding all the changes. Or it could be extensive reshoots.
Which they said they were doing.
To make it more like the original, it's...
Either way, it's
Look, I'm going to be honest, like, I don't think there's any way this movie is going to be good, but it's not for me. So I don't really care. I don't care about the live action Disney movies. What we cared about with the drama around this movie was kind of the apparent disdain that Rachel Zegler had for the source material.
Right. And then they didn't hire actors with dwarfism.
They didn't hire actors with dwarfism. You had 7 roles that could have gone to actors, and we actually had actors with dwarfism who were calling out Peter Dinklage, and supposedly that's why they're doing this. They're using CGI dwarfs because Peter Dinklage said it was kind of barbaric of Disney to be doing this because they live in caves.
The rumor is that the Time Bandit show on Netflix, the reason they didn't use actors with dwarfism was because of the comments he made.
Yeah, so Peter Dinklage.
That's the rumor.
Yeah, I know there were some actors that were kind of like he pulled the ladder up behind him, and there were jokes in there. I'm not going to use them. I'm not going to make them. Yeah, so he got his, right? So now, but yeah, I mean, it looks like Snow White. I mean, we got Poison Apple. Okay, cool. We got we got a Prince Charming.
Or a guy, yeah.
We got a guy. Yeah.
Oh, yes, and then they have the evil queen, Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, who's the fairest of them all, not implying that who's the most just, Mirror, who's the fairest of them all? And by fairest, I mean, who's the most just, Mirror, tell me.
They were singing Whistle While You Work. I'm sure it's very TikTokable, but yeah, so I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know I think it's going to be a crap movie, and it's obviously not something I'm interested in, but, regardless, it looks like at least for the marketing for it, they're going to try to sell you on nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that only work until people actually see it and then tell everybody. And I think at this point in time, it's like one of those ones where there's been so much crap around it, people don't even care anymore.
Right. So speaking of crap and nostalgia and nostalgic crap, I guess this is the first look at. Boy, did we have a spoiler? Yeah, this is a live action Lilo and Stitch because there aren't very many movies left that Disney hasn't live actioned yet.
They have a list.
So yeah, they do have a.
They need to stop. I mean, here's one thing that people universally united on. They need to stop making the live action remakes. Yes,
I would agree with that, but they're not going to. In fact, now they're going back to Moana, which isn't even a decade old, and they're doing a Moana live action. Yep. It's just like, it's insane. But here's Lilo and Stitch in live action, and yeah, he looks both cute and horrifying at the same time.
Well, he is an experiment.
He's
an alien.
But again, this is a movie that, well, I keep thinking this movie is not that old, but I'm like, yeah, I guess it's like 20 years old now.
It is. Right? We went to see this when we were dating.
Oh my God.
Remember?
Yeah. I guess I keep thinking it's not that old because our kids used to watch Lilo and Stitch so much on DVD when they were little. And then they had the really bad direct to DVD sequel. But yeah, so this is what he looks like. Do you want to? Yep, there's the full reveal. Not as grotesque as people thought, because I know they were doing like AI Stitch, and they're like, "This is what he looks like, guys." And he looked very Sonic-esque. But again, normies are going to eat it up. That was my takeaway from this. Like, we're going to look at this different stuff, and people are going to rip it to shreds. I'm sure there's going to be 50,000 YouTube videos by the time we get ours up about everything wrong with everything Disney revealed. Normies are going to eat this shit up.
Probably. Well, I don't know. They're really getting tired of the live action remakes, but they probably will like this one.
Well, Stitch, they'll like it. And I honestly think this is more about rights. I think the reason they do these live action remakes is to kind of cement the rights again. Like, oh yeah, we just did a new movie, so that resets the copyright. You can't have Stitch.
Well, it sets copyright for that version, not
for that
the
version,
original.
Yeah.
What else they have on here? There's like a bunch of things.
Here's a bunch of announcements. So,
so
let's go through the list here.
Okay. So yeah, they did Moana 2, and they had a trailer for that one,
which looks like Moana 1, but with the sequel.
Now it's like she got a little sister, and it's really important about her sister. And then they did. I don't know if they talk about the ones in here about from Marvel too much.
No, this is mostly the Disney stuff and Star Wars.
Okay, because I know they were talking about first looks at Captain America and Thunderbolts and
I don't
stuff.
care.
And, I don't hear people talking about them. They're talking about Daredevil, but that's about it.
They're talking.
Anyway.
Yeah, we'll talk about Daredevil because
that's what we're talking about.
That's another one where they went back and I think they tried to fix it. And they might have actually succeeded. I don't know. It feels to me, this D23 more than others, at least when it comes to the movies and the television, it feels like they're trying very hard to win people back. All the sequels to all the things you love with all the people attached to it that you like, all the classic nostalgia, and also a movie about a girl with a beaver brain.
Yes. I wish I was kidding. Anyway, so yeah, they had the Snow White, and then they had the Stitch.
Yeah, here I guess we can see him here
yeah.
There he is. Okay, yep. That's Stitch in live action.
Incredibles 3 announced, and they got Brad Bird back for this one, apparently.
Yeah, so he actually was going to Skydance, so he must be a free agent, so he's not actually working for, but I'm sure, money talks, but again, I think this is Disney trying to course correct. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. I'm not saying everything is going to do a 180 overnight, but it feels like the era of the Tumblr, diversity, DEIs, to all that stuff is winding down a little bit.
I'm concerned about their new stuff. And we're going to talk about that in a minute because it seems like there's definitely a difference between the stuff they keep shitting out now, that's the new originals, than there was compared to a few years ago. Since Onward, it's been questionable. And some of the new ones coming out, I'm like, these look like crap or sound like crap. But anyway, Toy Story 5,000. Yeah.
So this one's supposed to deal, I guess, with technology. Bonnie has discovered the internet. She's probably on eBay trying to figure out how much a vintage Woody is worth. You have to be careful when you search Woody on the internet. Oh my God, Bonnie searches for Woody.
I'm sure that there's somebody searching for a Bonnie on the internet that's like a 50-year-old dude. That's a whole other story.
Oh my God. Yeah. So I think if there are these, Tumblr cartoon DI movies, whatever you want to call them, right? The diversity movies, the experimental avant-garde films. If they exist, it's because they have to do like 2 or 3 sequels to bankroll.
They said every one
that.
Original there's 2 sequels and then 1 original. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, so they're taking the profit from the Toy Story 5s and
they're trying to use it to make another IP farm franchise. They said that. They flat out said it.
Yeah, they're basically it's like like they're doing testing, right? It's market testing. That's what they're doing, and what they call the lab. This is like the Pixar lab. We'll drop $150 million on a movie, using some of the profit from Inside Out 2 to see if we can get a movie that has the potential for like 5 sequels. Although the one with the beaver brain girl, I
was trying to get to, but you just keep talking about this stuff.
I'm sorry.
Frozen 3, another sequel coming in 2027. So, Elia was. No, honestly, what I've seen of this looks like crap. I hope they've redone it. They added Zoe Saldana. Okay, great. It still doesn't look very interesting to me, but.
Yeah, I mean,
summer next year.
It might, I don't know, it might do okay.
I see more of it. Zootopia 2.
Zootopia 2.
And they have like a little video. They're like going to look for a snake, which is Short Round.
Oh, yeah. He's having like a researcher.
I know, I love it. Actually, I'm there for it just for him.
God, I wish Everything Everywhere All at Once would have come out like 2 years before they started the Indiana Jones movie, because it would have been him instead of Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
I guarantee it would have been. Movie.
It would have made a lot more sense, but whatever. They don't have the Beaver Brain one in this. We'll talk about We gotta find Beaver Brain, then we'll go back to Star Wars.
Hoppers.
All right, so it's called Hoppers. Mm-hmm. It's called Hoppers. I'm thinking like sliders.
Well, it's Hoppers because some girl likes to swap her brain with beavers.
I don't know.
Apparently, it's John Hamm's, I guess, playing the mayor. I think it's a girl, Mabel, who can transfer her mind into a robot beaver with the goal of going undercover in the animal kingdom. She befriends a regal beaver, King George. So this is like Avatar, and uniting the animals to fight off the plans of a real estate developer.
Yes, it's like Avatar. They're basically Yep. 2026. So that's coming. We don't know much about it. They got some concept art. This is the Beaver Brain. Yeah, so she is. Yeah, she's like an avatar inside the beaver body.
This is Avatar, the Beaver edition.
The Beaver version. Speaking of which, Avatar 3, now with more fire, the Fire Nation attacked.
The Fire Nation is finally attacked. We're going to go back to the announcements. You have it on there, don't you?
Yeah.
The Skeleton Crew.
It doesn't look like Star Wars.
It does not look like Star Wars, no.
No.
It does not. It does not a Star Wars thing. That being said, you said to me, I think it looks like something George Lucas would have done, though. And it does. But it's not Star Wars. It's like they're trying too hard to be this kid adventure to get kids, and it's like a Goonies type situation going on here. But it does look something that Steven Spielberg or George Lucas would have done.
Yeah, so I'm really, this one I'm on the fence. I know a lot of people probably, I haven't watched anybody else's YouTube videos on it. I watched the trailer, and I know people are going to rip this one to shreds.
It does not feel Star Wars.
It does not feel like Star Wars at all.
I mean, and some of the kid, then the elephant costume looks weird. I'm sorry.
But that being said, I got to tell you, this for 100%.
This feels like something you'd see in the 80s.
It does. It does. I don't know if tying it to Star Wars was the right move, but it doesn't even look like it. Looks like they're in like suburbia. They actually have.
It does not feel like Star Wars, guys, at all.
I think I'd play a couple seconds. It does feel
like something that you would have seen in the 80s.
Like this is we got
it's like an ETS.
Cars and it just doesn't. I mean, it doesn't Star Wars for me, but it does feel like something that definitely Lucas and Spielberg would have worked on. Probably not in the main Star Wars, but like a weird offshoot. Kind of like Captain EO.
Well, this is like Goonies. I mean, it's just like Goonies. It's what it is.
And I can't find the spot. Oh, here we go. People think this is actually Fuzzball from Captain EO.
I can't. So where I'm at, there's a glare on the screen, so it's really hard to see. And they only flash it a second, but it could be. So for those of you who don't remember Captain EO, it was in Disney theme parks. It was Michael Jackson's collaboration with George Lucas. It was in Journey into Imagination Pavilion.
Yeah, and it was in Tomorrowland and Disneyland, and it was 3D, and it was pretty cool. It was very, very 80s. Now, Michael Jackson, because he did work with George Lucas, he actually wanted to be Jar Jar Binks in Phantom Menace. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah, they had the ships and they had the robots and they had and they had Fuzzball and they sold plushies of this guy. And I have to wonder, are they bringing them into the Star Wars universe? Is Captain EO canon?
I don't know.
I mean, that's
that's Fuzzball. It's hard to tell.
It looks like
it does look could be.
Well, they have ET in Star Wars now. ET is canonically his species is canonically in Star Wars.
That's right. That's right. They were in the Senate or whatever.
Yeah.
They're playing the nut sacks.
So yeah, I'm sure there's going to be like months and months and months of videos about. But that being said, I mean, it looks more interesting than the Acolyte to me. Yeah, it does look like something George Lucas would approve of.
It does look like something George Lucas would have done.
Yeah.
It looks like something from the 80s. I'm just going to say that. Something when we were kids, they would have run. Now, he also did, Ewoks, the Battle for Endor, and all that crap. But
that was kind of the vibe I was getting.
That's what when we say it, we're talking about that. So that is a, potential downfall. So anyway.
I mean, the flip side of that is at least I think they're recognizing that kids don't care about Star Wars now. So they're trying to get hey there, fellow kids, because it's been just kind of like...
That's what I think is, they're trying to get the kid. I'm sorry, but Jude Law's character, did you see this? Jod Nawood. Jod Nawood. I'm sorry.
Jod Nawood.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, so that's that. Another Disney Plus Star Wars show, this time for kids. And what's not for kids is Daredevil Born Again. And this actually, I'm going to be honest, the trailer looked pretty good.
Yeah, we can't show it because they're striking it all over the place.
Obviously we can't show it, but it actually looks pretty good. It looks like a proper follow-up to the Netflix series. That being said, it could be a bait and switch.
Yeah.
It could be the worst thing ever.
Can't trust anything out of Disney anymore.
She-Hulk might make a cameo appearance and do some smashing.
You know how he was presented in She-Hulk? This is the polar opposite. This is like Netflix season 3 Daredevil.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's how he's portrayed in this. It is so far removed from the She-Hulk Walk of Shame version.
Yeah, they it seems like they're going out of their way to distance themselves. Now, I see. This is why I think they reshot it as much as they did, because I think the version they were going to go for originally was kind of a follow up to the goofy ass She-Hulk version of Daredevil. Now they're like, no, we got to go back to like Daredevil being Daredevil. Why was this character so popular? I mean, this is why it's not rocket science, right? Why are these characters so popular? Yeah, just do that. Just keep everybody in character. Just give people what they expect.
What else do they have on here?
Not much.
I know they did
Agatha.
They have a whole new trailer for Agatha all along. I guess she's on the witch's road trying to get her powers back, and she's basically sacrificing the other witches to, she has to get her powers back.
Well, she kind of did that in the
because she's a bitch. Surprise. And then the Fantastic Four, they did that at D23. I don't know, because we couldn't see it live, which I think is shit.
Yeah.
Daredevil they did. I know they did Thunderbolts, and here's Avatar 3. Now the Fire and Ash. Avatar 3, Avatar Fire and Ash, the day the Fire Nation attacked.
It's gonna make $2 billion.
Probably.
I'll say it right now. Like I was actually wrong about the other Avatar. I did not think that there was that it was going to do as well as it did.
There's the next one. It's probably going to do really well.
Yeah.
Freakier Friday, which is the second Freaky Friday. Actually, our daughter's looking forward to that because she loved the first one. So she's excited about that one.
So Lindsay Lohan's getting work again.
I know. I'm happy. She really turned her life around. I'm extremely happy for her because she went from, really not doing well, and she's got herself strapped. She has kids now, and she is like back. And I really respect that. I mean, she really got herself straightened up, and I'll give her props for that.
I don't know if Pinky Boo has seen the Herbie movie she was in.
I don't know.
That was actually pretty okay. It was pretty okay.
They're talking about the Tron Ares. Now with music by Nine Inch Nails.
Makes no damn sense.
The Nine Inch Nails thing?
It makes no damn sense.
Did you see it? They have the lasers on the screen, and people are like, what is this? It's Tron? And it comes up, the Nine Inch Nails logo.
Okay, so...
All I keep thinking of is another song.
So I love the original Tron. Obviously, the podcast, we call the podcast D-Resed. I love the original Tron. And I actually like Tron Legacy. You didn't like it that much, but I did like it. And it was part one of what was supposed to be a 2-part set of films, right? And obviously they're building up to the second movie, and we never got it because the first one didn't make money. the guy who did that was Joseph Kosinski. I think
I don't know.
the guy who did Top Gun Maverick. So he's making like all kinds of money. And instead they're getting Jared Leto.
I know.
And we're not, I don't think we're getting anybody from the original. Are we getting Evan
No,
Peters?
but the Evan Peters is in it. So, you know.
Yeah, but like,
here and there.
and Trent Reznor, I'm sorry.
I still think it's funny though.
Trent Reznor's not like, I want techno. Daft Punk made sense.
I just
M83. You could have gotten M83.
I was just like, wait, that was okay. Honestly, if they said to me, "Who do you think is going to do the music for this?" That would not be who I would think of.
No,
ever.
No, it feels like a boomer. I don't know.
I mean, I was like, I remember those songs. Those songs were popular a long time ago, and I was like, it wasn't very Disney.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to do. The only reason they're doing this is now they're going to go back and try to make Tron stick since they have a ride.
Well, it's very Tron, like the original Tron-esque. It's not going to stick. I think the reason I don't like Tron Legacy was because where's Tron?
Yeah, Tron. It
was stupid. I'm sorry. You can like it, and that's cool. I respect if you do because Neon likes it. I don't pick on him. To me, it was dumb.
I liked it. Bruce Boxleitner was obviously very disappointed.
Me too, Bruce.
And but he was supposed to have a bigger part. He was supposed to come back, and that's like they had Cillian Murphy was in it, and they didn't even use him hardly. But he was supposed to be the big bad in the next movie, and they just never did anything with it. So I don't know if this is going to continue. I'm assuming it's going to continue Tron Legacy, but like way late. Like I guess we just
what are you going to do with what they left over? Oh, she's in the real world. Okay, and
she's not in it. Olivia Wilde's not in it.
No, so I'm like, and. Well,
and she got hit by a bus and died.
She was in the real world, and then it turned out her code couldn't handle it, so she just like disintegrated.
She got a virus from.
She got what they call D-res. She got D-res.
She got D-res. She got venereal disease from Sam, and then she just disappeared.
They're listening to Nine Inch Nails.
They're listening to Nine Inch Nails.
What does this song mean? And he's like, "I'll show you.
I will show you." You know how computers have USB ports? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay.
So there's a lot of this thing. It was really hard trying to cover this stuff last night because it was just like they weren't live streaming it. I was trying to get information other places, and it was just one thing after another, after another, after another. And tonight's going to be just as bad, except at least you can watch it on Fortnite an hour and a half later.
Yeah. Did you we didn't mention that they basically cheered Bob Iger like he was God.
Oh my God, they did.
When he came on stage.
You can find a clip of that. It's not like, the stock's not great. Even with the announcements, it hasn't gone up very much. It's not like the theme park attendance is down. It's not like your last earnings call wasn't that great. It's not like you're raising prices on people at the parks and you're streaming and all this other shit. But, oh my God, Bob Iger. The crowd goes wild.
Yay. Like a standing ovation for this guy. How long is it going?
He's not even that.
A minute. They probably told them to. Like, we were told, like, when we did the...
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because this is the pixie dusting crowd.
This is the pixie duster crowd. Yeah, because you got to pay for...
He's crop dusting. They're sniffing it.
So, yeah.
This is a Disney dump.
I mean, the weird thing about Disney, though, is as bad as they're doing now, they're not doing as bad as Paramount. They're not doing as bad as Warner Brothers. I don't think they're doing great. But look, my takeaway from this is they're playing it safe, and I think they're trying to win people back. Because you didn't see anything out like really like a WTF, you know what I'm saying?
Not yet. They're gonna have that. It's gonna be tonight with the parks.
Oh no, it's gonna be cheap. Everything's gonna be done in the cheap. I guarantee you. It's gonna be.
I think we're gonna hear a lot about Disneyland 4 because they've already been planning that for a while. More updates what they've already announced. It seems like they're really pushing, doubling down on Disneyland Paris and overseas parks.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, but
they'll be up really late again tonight.
Their stock went up last night, like a buck.
It's not gone much. It's still like $86. It's not great. It's still bad.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I think there will be a bump, but I think it'll go down because a lot of stuff is years out, right? And they're going to look at the kind of the day-to-day, the theme parks, and I don't know. We'll see. They're supposed to be taking a big loss next quarter too, so I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.